to our third lesson with our proportion and percent unit. We're going to do the real life application with word problems. So your learning target, you can use proportions to find your missing parts, your missing wholes, or if you're missing a percent. So the biggest thing you want to use is this setup. Part is to the whole as percent is to 100. It really is part is to whole as part is to whole. It's really following that same pattern that we've always done in Unit 6. Except a percent, it's just easier to know where that goes there, and the whole percent is always 100. So I'll show you my strategy when I do a word problem. I always know anytime I have a word problem in a percent, it's going to be a part to whole. Anytime I have a word problem in a percent, it's going to be part to whole. So I always set up my template, and I fill in the blanks as I need to. So it says I got 73% on my most recent exam, and it had 45 questions. How many did I get right? So 73 is easy to fill. It's just the percent. And now is when I take a minute and I ask myself, is that part or is that whole? And I always ask myself that question. So the recent exam had 45 questions. Is that part of the exam or the whole exam?
Whole.
It's the whole test. I'm looking for the part. Please note the numbers aren't going to make sense because I made them up off the top of my head. So we're going to be rounding to the nearest 10. I think the numbers on your homework will make much more sense than what you got going for your notes. So what's it turn into? 32.9, huh? Is that right?
Yeah.
That's how many questions I got right. Maybe I got some partial credit in there. Yeah, it's all good. All right, you got 33 right on an exam, and you received a 77%. How many questions were on the test? So I see percent and word problems, so right away I know that I need the part to whole. I fill in what I can right away, which is that 77%, so I can do that really fast. 33 right on the test. Did I get part of the test right or the whole test right? Part. See, I always ask myself that question. I make my template, fill in my percent, ask myself that question. Is it part or is it whole? So I'm looking for the whole test, and it's going to be a weird number again. I love it. Don't you guys kind of love it when it's the diagonals with the 100? 3,300 divided by 77 is 42.9. Whatever. Just roll with it. There were 42.9 questions on the test. Actually, more realistically, 43, I would assume. 125 students decided to go on a field trip. This was 35% of the student body. How many students are at this school? So again, word problem with percent. So I know it's part to whole. So I always make my template, fill in my percent if I can, and then figure out what the next number is. 125 students went on the field trip. Did part of the students go or did all the students go? Part. So part would go on top. Looking for the whole. So that would be 12,500 divided by 35, and it's another weird number, but whatever. 357.1 students are at school. Okay? 48 states have their own flag. What percent do not have their own flag? Amelia?
Well, I was saying for the one time there would be a 0.1 student.
Yeah, they're one. Obviously, they're one, right? But we're just rolling with what I gave us. So here I go. I know it's a word problem, and I have the word percent, so I know I'm going to set up part to whole. 48 states have their own flag. Is that part of the states or all of the states? Part. So 48 have their own flag. Out of what is the whole?
50.
50. Now we have to be careful here. 4,800 divided by 50 is 96. Now that's the amount of people that have. I want to know who do not have. So who doesn't, how many more people are left? 4%. 4% do not have their own flavor. Another way to do this that I personally think of, I see not right away, but most kids see 48 right away. So not, what I see right away, would be 2 out of the total states, 50 equals, I don't know, percent out of 100. And that would give you 4 as well. So you can set up proportions however you want and however your brain likes to process through them. It's the pattern that matters, not the numbers you choose, the pattern that you use. Okay, here's one of my favorites. Now we're going to deal with commission and royalty. And this is those of you who like to make money or have family members that are in sales. This is a lot of how they make their money. Okay, so commission is part of your total earnings. Meaning, if your family buys a house, then the realtor is not going to get all however much you paid for the house. Let's say I spent $300,000 on a house. The realtor is not going to get $300,000. They get a portion of it. Okay? Royalty. Royalty is things like artists, like Bruno Mars or Harry Styles or J.K. Rowling for Harry Potter. Authors, they also get royalty on their product. It's part of total earnings. So both of them are parts. They don't make everything. When you go buy a book from Barnes & Noble or Target or something, the author isn't getting everything. They get some of it. They get parts of it. Okay? So let's pretend you designed an amazing product. As a creator, you're going to get 15% royalty. If your product made $52,000 in 1 week, how much did you make? All right, I don't know, but I know I can make a proportion, and I see percent, so I know it's part to whole. 15% would go where percent goes. And I sold $52,000. Is that part of the money sold or all of the money? All of the money. I get part of the money, and I don't know what I get. So I'm going to figure that out. 52,000 times 15 divided by 100. I get $7,800. Well, in 1 week, I would say that it's pretty gosh darn great. I would be very, very happy with that. Okay, a car salesman earns 12% commission on all sales he brings in. He sold 3 cars this past weekend. One for $5,500, one for $12,500, and one for $23,000. How much money did he earn? Well, does he earn part of the money or does he earn all of that money? Part. Is to everything that I don't exactly know yet, as 12 is to 100. Now I gotta calculate, you gotta add up all those sales, right, for that car salesman. So 5,500 plus 12,500 plus 23,000 is $41,000 in car sales. Now I can calculate that. And I get paid $4,920. And where was I? In a weekend. I love it. That'd be so great. Okay. All right. So commission royalty is always part. They don't get everything. They get part. And those that work off royalty, like Harry Styles or authors or any kind of artists or designers, so if you go and buy something from Michael Kors, right, like a purse, he doesn't get all that money. He gets a portion of that money, okay? And they determine that themselves, usually with their managers. Managers usually make more than the actual artists or designers, okay? Because they have to help manage how they're handling all that stuff. So let's say your uncle is a realtor. Your uncle earns 2.5% commission on all home sales. He sold 2 houses in December. One house was for $189,900. The other house was $245,000. How much did your uncle make in commission? All right, word problem in percent is always part to whole. And so I have 2.5 here. Now I stop and I think for a second. Did your uncle earn part of the money or all of the money? Part. He doesn't get it all, right? And so then my total, though, I had 2 houses. You have to add them up. 189,900 plus 245,000 is 434,900 bucks. And then times that by 2.5 divided by 100. Your uncle in 1 month earned 10,872.5. Yeah, is that what I typed in Schoology?
No, 150.
Yeah, it's 50 cents. I better not type 0.5 or I'm going to be crabby. Right? You're going to be so mad at yourself. All right, Mr. Harry Styles earns 14% on all his songs and all song sales. Okay, because an artist has lots of different products out there. So their royalty might be different based on their product, like shirts, songs, cups, all that kind of stuff, posters, everything might be different. So during March, Harry sold 45,000 songs at $1.20 per song. How much did he earn? Well, I know he earns part is to everything, which I don't know, as the percent is to 100. So I need to figure out what everything is. So 45,000 songs. How much is each song? $1.20. So let's times them together. 45,000 times 120, $54,000. So that's my whole. And now I get to figure out how much he earns just off his songs. So 54,000 times 14 divided by 100 is 7,560 bucks. And that's just off songs. And you know, like those famous athletes too get some kind of royalty for their names and stuff being out there. Last example here is when you have a base salary. So a base salary means that you get commission plus you get something for just being there, right? Because what if you have a bad month and you don't sell anything? You still want to make some money. So a flooring salesman earns a base salary of $15 an hour plus 15% commission on all sales they have. If they worked 32 hours and sold $12,000 in flooring, how much did they bring home? So here's what they bring home. Their base, and they add to it any commission they make. So commission is only what you sell. You don't get commission off of your hourly wage. You get commission based on what you sell. So he gets part of everything he sold, $12,000, and his rate is 5%. I'm going to figure that out. And his base is, how much does he make each hour? 15 times how many hours did he work? 32. So I'm going to figure out both of these and then add them together. 15 times 32 is $480 he earned just for being at work, plus commission, 12,500 times 5 divided by 100 is $625. So how much is that? I gotta just type that in because, I told last hour something wrong. Oopsie, how come no one stopped me? 1,105 bucks. Did I do something wrong here?
Yeah.
What did I do?
It was 12,500. It's just 12,000.
Oh, that's what I did. Okay. My commission's off because I typed it in wrong. So 12,000 times 5 divided by 100 is 600. There, that's some